and welcome back to Derailed. This is episode 9. Greg is my name, and today I am joined by special guests, Aadharsh and Harry. What's up, friendos?
Let's go.
I feel like you guys are steadily devolving from human beings into some sort of fish-like animal.
I said let's go, and Aadharsh just sounded like a monkey.
He did that last time too, so I'm a little concerned.
Okay, I'll just be boring from now on.
Yeah, that's what we like. Today, it is my turn to choose the topic, and that topic is going to be a game sort of thing. It's Guess Who crossovered with two truths, one lie, but it's going to be 3 truths and 2 lies. So it's Guess Who, 3 truths and 2 lies.
3 truths and 2 lies. That's
so what we're going to do is you're going to write like 5 things and then of course 3 truths, 2 lies, but we're going to mix them up. So we're going to have to guess who wrote it and then also whether it's a truth or a lie. That's why it's sort of
okay. So, here's the difficulty with truth or lie games, right? Yeah. You people know my entire fucking life. I don't have anything interesting.
We have that too, but that's why it's like just do like small detail stuff that other people wouldn't know about.
Okay.
Like, because me and Harry also know like everything about each other's lives, like life stories and stuff.
So like Harry could put down as a truth, like I like foot fetish porn.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or it could be like I watched like 1,300 hours of porn last month or something.
That's oddly specific.
Hold on.
That is oddly specific.
Also, not accurate. It was only like 300 something. Just kidding.
It's literally impossible. There's 7,000
over 1,000 hours in a month.
You'd have to. Yeah, no, that's actually just impossible.
Okay, wait. Just to clarify, so we're making this for ourselves.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna write it yourselves, but I'm gonna make like a spreadsheet and then I'm just gonna like black it out completely, and then we'll type it on there, but we won't be able to see each other's because all the cells will be blacked out.
Okay.
And then I'll scramble them using a few formulas, and then it should be fine.
Oh, formulas! He knows the mathematics of Excel.
Excel is now
This just is not gonna make sense. There's just no continuity.
No, there isn't. There isn't, bro.
We'll just have to remember to do this
through the whole episode next tomorrow.
Next
week on DBZ.
I'm gonna start calling the day after tomorrow next tomorrow because
that's true. It is. It's the next tomorrow.
It is. Yeah, it's true. It's just not something people say.
Well, but, I'm not what some people say.
Before we get to that, how are you guys doing this week?
Oh, we always start off with the dice.
That does not bode well.
Do you want to go first?
I switched over to morning shift, and
is that better or worse than what you were doing before?
So evening shift was an issue because I would get off of work at 11:30, so I get home and I sleep, and also because my shift starts so late, I never wake up early. I kind of wake up. I have like 2 hours where I just don't do anything. So I'm like, well, I have 2 hours before I have to leave. And then I go to work. So really, the entire day is just work. So I was like, if I do morning shift, I'll get off work at like 3:30 or something. So I'll like get home in time to play some games with the boys. And then I'll even have like another 3 hours after that to like do other things. And for the most part, it works. The slight issue is I've had to drastically adjust sleep schedules. Mm-hmm. So as a result, after like getting off games with the boys and stuff the past few days, I don't really have the energy to like do things because I'm beyond tired. This is slowly changing. So the first day was awful because I didn't even try to fix my sleep schedule. I was just like there's no way I'll go to bed if I go to bed at like 10 after going to bed at 3 consistently. So it's just like, I'll just survive on 4 hours of sleep. So I did that, and it was actually fine. I felt pretty decent the whole day till it was like 8 p.m. Then I was like, oh my god, I want to die.
Yeah, then it kicks in.
Yeah. And, but I still had like other things I needed to do, so I didn't fall asleep till like 12 anyway. So I had 5 hours of sleep the next day, so now a whole hour extra. And then again, it was fine until like 7 p.m. the next day where I was like, oh fuck. And then I actually went to bed at like 10:30ish actually. I planned to go to bed at 9, but then like I was like, fuck, I forgot to dry my clothes. was like, I need to stay awake to take my clothes out the dryer, because like if I don't, and it's there the next day, they'll complain because we're only allowed to do laundry on the odd days of the month. So anyway, I got like 7 hours going into the last shift. Yeah, which is pretty decent, and it was overall fine. The main issue is the people. Evening shift, I know like everybody, so it's fine. Saturday, the weekend shift, morning shift, it was like I just didn't know anyone. So the first day was a little like meh, and we had like no work. That was like the first time where we kind of just like hid in a storage place for like 3 hours. Thankfully, I had the third book in the Witcher series downloaded, so I just read until I finished it.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm on to the fourth one. And Sunday, it was actually a lot better because like it just takes a little bit of time before like you get to know everybody. And like by Sunday shift, like I'd actually gotten to know the guys, and like they're pretty chill. There's a couple high schoolers in there, and the others are like probably a little older than me, but like they're all chill. The crew leaders are nice. For the most part, I've never had an issue with anybody at work. Even up to like my man and my supervisor, it's like I've been told off like once by them, and even then it wasn't like that bad. Like they didn't yell at me; they were just like, "Don't do this again." I was like, "Oh, fair."
I sense a butt incoming.
Oh, boy.
And then Monday shift starts.
Oh boy! Oh
and it's 3 of us in total. So anyway, like the shift starts now. The main issue is since there's only 3 of us for the shift. Usually how it works is like you kind of just like I don't have a radio. I just don't carry one. You gotta like sign them out and stuff. Nobody ever really taught me how to use one. It's like I could learn, but I was like, honestly, the way I do my job is I don't take on any added responsibility until someone forces it on me. Like like signing up for the like getting my name into the system where I have to like use my fingerprint to sign into work and then sign out of work. Didn't do that until they made me, because if I didn't do that, once we like go back to the changing room usually 10 to 20 minutes before shift end. And if you have your name in the system, you have to wait till 11:30. If you sign out before that, you get docked an hour of pay. But if you're not in the system, it doesn't matter. You can just fucking leave. So I waited as long as I could. There's a couple more examples of stuff like that. But anyway, I just don't bother. And it's like, it's never been a big issue. Because usually there's enough people that like, even if they leave me to do something, and then I need to find people, it's like, in general, I know around where they're going to be. And so I just go, or I just like kind of aimlessly wander, but it never takes more than like 3-4 minutes to find anybody.
But on Monday...
Yeah, on Monday. So the thing with evening shift that's very different to afternoon shift. Afternoon is usually doing the setup for events that are coming up. Morning shift is when the events are happening. So in afternoon shift, the reason it doesn't really matter is because like you kind of stick to rooms, and then like after you're done with that is you just go to another room. In the morning, you just get a bunch of calls on the radio, especially weekdays, of like people that are running shifts and they want things. So they're like, can you bring a couple of 6-foot tables to this room? Can you bring an easel to this room? Can you bring a stage to this room? So on and so forth. So they're never in the same place. So it's like what ended up happening is a lot of the time, the first like few hours, like they'd get multiple calls, and so they'd just dispatch me to one. They'd be like, all right, you go do this, you know how to do it, right? And I'm like, yeah. And so I go and do it, it's fine. And then I'm like, well, where the fuck are they? And it takes me like 15 minutes to find them, because it's a huge ass building. And even if I check one building or one floor and they're not there, it doesn't mean they're not on that floor. It just means I missed them. Like, because they're constantly walking around, and all the floors are fucking huge.
Oh, gosh.
So, like, with the added dimensionality of time, it's like, maybe they were there 5 minutes ago, and I just missed them. But I wouldn't know. Yeah. And so it's like... And I feel like I felt a bit annoyed, because like every time I'd find them, they'd be like, where did you go? And I'm like, I was looking for you. And it's like, I was on this floor. It's like, yeah, I checked every bit of the floor and you weren't there. So I went down. But the way they talked to me, it felt like they thought I was trying to like get off work or something, like, go hide or something.
Yeah.
Like slack off.
Yeah, and then what was the other thing that happened in the morning? Oh, okay, so one of the tasks I was given at 8 o'clock in the morning was to do refreshes. Basically, you get a list of all the different rooms and like what each room should have. You just go in and you check to make sure it has it. 90% of this job is just checking the water coolers. You just go into each room and you check, does this room have a full water can? If so, leave it. If not, fill it up. And so I did that, and then we were good. And then at like 9:30, he gets a call from one of the rooms upstairs on the floor I checked. And they're like, we need water. So he gets like super stressed. He's like taking the water and he's looking at me. He's like, I thought you did all the stuff for the rooms. He's like, I was like, yeah, I did. And like internally I was panicking. I was like, did I miss a room? Did I do something like wrong?
Right.
And then I checked the list and I'm like, okay, this room says it's set to be refreshed at 9. Now the way the refreshers work is like, you can check something that's before the time you check. So like if I was doing it at 8, you can check something that's meant to be done at 7. But you're not supposed to check something that's supposed to be done after your time because there might be an event going on. So there's a specific reason they set... Because otherwise you could just do everything in the morning, right? There's a specific reason they ask you to do things at a specific time.
Like at specific times.
So I told him, I was like, that room says it's supposed to be refreshed at 9, which is why I didn't do it. And he's like, it's 9:30. And I'm like, yeah, but I did the refresh at 8. Like, what? How does that make sense? Like... But anyway, I think, I don't know, maybe I chalk that off to maybe he's just super stressed because we're getting so many calls. Like, we were swamped. In total, usually we get anywhere between like an hour and a half to 2 hours of break per shift, which sounds like a lot, but keep in mind, we average 40,000 steps at this job if it's busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
In total, I got like 50 minutes of break and they ended up getting like 30.
Damn.
So it was... Actually, I didn't even get 50. I think I got... Yeah, no, close enough to 50. That day was just super busy. So I was like, I'll chalk that up. But then the main issue, besides the fact that the only other guy I was working with isn't a crew leader, but fucking likes to act like he is that, like, after... So we go to lunch, right? And I eat my lunch, and I look up, and I'm like, it's about time to go, I reckon. And I look, and I'm like, wait, where's my crew leader? Bro is gone. Like, he's just not here. So then I look up and I see one other crew leader. Usually there's like 2 or 3 crew leaders per shift, depending on how busy it is. And I was like, hey, this is the guy I work with on the weekends. So I asked him, I was like, do you know, like, if he wanted me to, like, go with him? And he's like, I have no idea. He's like, he's probably in the East building. I was like, yeah, but like the building's huge. So I was like, do I need to go, or like, can I just work with you? Because I'm like, again, the evening shift, which I found this out recently, is it works different than morning shift. Because an evening shift, as long as you're with a crew leader and doing something, like some part of the job that needs to be getting done, you're fine.
Gives a fuck.
Yeah, because you're doing work. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But in the morning shift, apparently, like, the team you start with in the morning is the team you end with. But I mean, it's like, it's not even like a clear role. I feel like this is just his role because, like, the other crew leader didn't seem to care. He was like, just come with me. Like, I'll give you something to do. But then, like, 5 minutes later, they ask, and he was like, he's working with me. Do you want me to, like, send him back? And they're like, yeah. So I was like, oh, god damn it. I gotta go work with these fuckers again. I was like, fine, whatever. So I go, and then, like, I eventually reach the East building. It takes, like, it's a 10-15 minute walk between the buildings. So anyway, I get there, and then, like, he immediately pulls me into the server, or into, like, one of the storage areas, and bro's just, like, going off on me. He's like, why did you...
Oh, God.
Like... He's like, I can't just have you wandering around the buildings doing whatever you want. It's like, you started with me. And I was like, first of all, I wasn't wandering. I was with the other guy. Second of all, like, I asked him if it was okay. He said, fine. And so, anyway, he keeps going on a tirade. And I was like, at the end of it, this man has the audacity to be like, I'm not mad, I'm just explaining how this works. And I was like, bro,
no, you're not.
You are literally yelling. Your face is the most angry thing I have seen. Like, I was, the other thing that gets me is like the other guy, again, not a crew leader, bro is getting paid the same thing as me, is also adding in comments every part, and I'm like, just shut the fuck up, like, bro. He's definitely been there longer than me, but it's like, I don't care, like, shut up. To not tell me what to do. But anyway, yeah, so it was a mess. But again, like, 99% of these problems could have been avoided if I had the radio. Because if I had radio, I would have just, like, radioed him and be like,
this makes it so much easier. Just communicate.
Yeah, it's like, do you, like, I mean, honestly, I would have just asked him like where I should meet him, and if he wanted me to meet him, he could have like told me a location, and if not, then I could have just like gone with the other guy, and he couldn't have said shit. So yeah, I guess Friday shift, I will go in early, learn how to work the radio, or at least learn how to like how to change the channels and stuff, so I can listen to the radio.
All right. Are the radios like little black boxes? You got like 2 knobs on the top and an antenna.
Yes.
All right. One is going to be your power / volume, and the other one's going to be your channel.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the power / volume one, as soon as you click it on, you're gonna hear, it'll light up and like,
yeah.
And then you just crank that as high as you can. I'm gonna guess they don't give you like any like additional connectors to like strap it onto your like a little microphone type thing. You know how they have like those like how to say, those little triangle boxes people will hold up to their mouth and press and they can say shit. I'm guessing they don't have okay. It's hard to explain, but it's like a little add-on you can clip onto the side, and it's like instead of having the radio like speaker and microphone at the radios, like that's kind of a little heavy to have like on your shoulder or something. You can have like the tiny microphone / speaker on your like it'll wire up and clip onto your shoulder.
Oh, no.
But I was like, if you don't wear a vest, that also becomes an issue. And then to speak on the radio, you press and hold.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's how you work a radio. But then you just got to learn which channel you're supposed to be on, and occasionally check to make sure the channel's the same, because we've had issues when I used to work in a warehouse where people, you just walk around and sometimes, they'll brush and they'll switch the channels, and then people are calling for you and they walk up to you, where the fuck have you been? Why aren't you listening to me? It's like, oh, I'm on the wrong channel.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not an emergency, normally it's not too big of an issue, but
Yeah.
Well, that sounds exciting.
All right. Well.
Yeah, this is also the guy I'll be working with 2/3.
Sounds like a not fun.
Yeah,
day.
this will be the guy I'll be working with 2/3 of the time, because I think he just works like Monday through Friday, and my shifts are most likely from now on going to be Friday, Sunday, Monday. So, I mean, by the end of the shift, it was okay. I guess he was like trying to like talk to me, and like I was not in the mood at this point. I was just like, first of all, I've been working like 3 days straight. And it's like, I was tired, I wanted to go home. It was such a busy fucking day. And he yelled at me like 3 hours earlier. And it's like, I will say the one thing, I was like, I used to like, first of all, like the day before that, I was browsing Anti-Work and I was like, damn, there's so many like shitty like jobs out there with like people. I was like, at the very least, despite all the pay being garbage at my job, at least all the people I've worked with have been pleasant. Why did I didn't even say that to anybody. I just thought that. And the next day, God was like, say less.
Yeah.
Universe is just built like that. But also, it's like, I used to think, because a lot of Anti-Work is just like people being like, oh yeah, my like boss says this to me. And then like a lot of the comments are like, why didn't you just like say no? Or like say something back. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking. I was like, maybe it's just different when you're on the job. Maybe it's like if I got yelled at by one of the people, even though I knew I was right, I just wouldn't say anything back. And it's like, now that I've actually encountered that scenario, nope, I'm not bitch made. if I don't think I did anything wrong, I'm gonna say it back. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was like,
I
kind of seemed like a power trip, low key.
I told someone this yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like,
maybe he's stressed.
Maybe, yeah, because she said the same thing. He was like, this sounds, like, what is bro doing? But I was like, maybe it's just because like yesterday was rough. Like it was the most. It was not the most exhausting shift I've done at all. Nowhere close. But in terms of like the amount of walking, I think I probably hit like 50,000 steps, because it was just back and forth through the buildings.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And that situation involved you as well, right? Like the whole like refresh thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it might have just been like, like you're just in his mind at that moment as someone to blame for his misery.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was just the constant like put downs, as if like where have you been? I don't know. It's just like the entire shift of it was made to feel like I wasn't doing much work. And I was just like, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, fuck them hoes.
That's
on the
all I have to say.
on the contrary,
do you have any work updates?
I've started to get a little bit more work, and so like the first like week and some, they had me kind of learning the programs. So for reference, I don't know if I've ever explained. I work for what's it called, an engineering design firm, and so I've been working for them. This is my second rotation as a co-op, so it's like an extended internship. The first rotation, I was doing commissioning engineering, where it was a bunch of paperwork, more or less. Paperwork, reading construction documents, a lot of documentation reading in general, and interpretation of equipment, fixtures, and stuff. And then it's just also like meetings and progress, image updates and stuff like that, and on-site either reviews or for what's it called, projects in construction. Every once in a while we would go and like take a tour of everything, make sure things are being constructed properly as per the construction documents, and installation of certain things are actually being done correctly. And then also like progress updates, meeting minutes and shit like that. So it's not difficult, but as I would preference, I could do it as a job. I wouldn't want to do it as a career. And so this rotation, I'm going in as a design engineer for electrical engineering, which is originally what I actually thought I was doing, but they kind of switched it up and they had me do commissioning first. And then they're like, yeah, you can now, next rotation, you can try design. Which, I mean, it's just fine because it actually helped that I did commissioning first, because I learned a lot about reading the construction documents and certain things here and there about that and the process of things. I can kind of see how it goes and get a better understanding of how everything is. And then now in electrical and in design, the first thing they had me do is learn the program they use, which is called Revit. They used to mainly use AutoCAD, but now Revit's more like a fancy AutoCAD, where you not only can do the 2D modeling of the rooms, but the architects can basically do the whole full 3D visualization a lot easier. And they can add like color and stuff like that, and it's really cool. It's a little more complicated and more in depth. But because I've used AutoCAD before for my own like 3D modeling and just whatnot, it's not too out there for me to pick up. And there's a good amount of what's it called, tutorial videos presented by Autodesk that I just went through and watched to get some basic knowledge. So last week I didn't really have much work to do in the programs. It was a little more of going through some documentation. I was looking through the construction documents of one project, trying to find it's a renovation, so they had me like look at all these, what was connected to what panel first, and then also sort out and document what lighting fixtures were to this, what fixtures were to that panel, what was connected to what around the areas we were renovating. So that was like fine and dandy, but I didn't come here to work on Excel spreadsheets all day. And then this week they've got me into I think last Friday and this week they've got me more into the actual Revit, and I've been doing some actual designing, where I guess it's not really designing, but it's more of like I'm actually adding fixtures to the models. I think the current project is also a renovation. So one of the what's it called, the engineers, she went on site. She did she looked at all the fixtures, marked down like extra ones that weren't noted on the documents previously that would need to be added. Certain things like spacing as well. Because before, what everything was placed was based off of pictures. So someone would go there and take pictures, and someone back at the office looked at the pictures and placed things as they thought, as they interpreted the pictures, which isn't bad, but it's very time consuming. So it's actually been really fun the past like 2 days? Tuesday? Yeah, the past 2 days. Yeah. Because I've actually been able to do work. Granted,
I would trade so much to have your job right now.
Granted, I've been kind of running through my work a little fast. And so it's like, as soon as I get to work, like 10 minutes in, I'm done. It's not a lot of work, but like I did have like about maybe 3 hours of downtime. If you're from work and you're listening, I did not have any downtime. But it's
allegedly,
no,
you had 3 hours of downtime.
Allegedly, I had like some extra time to look at other documents, of course.
Yeah.
Work on my training. But it's been actually pretty fun getting into it, and like I can definitely see
that's good.
myself making a career out of this if it continues going the way I think it is, which is nice, which is very nice, because it's what I kind of hoped for. Because honestly, I was like, if I do this for this year, I graduate next year, I only have maybe 1 summer left if I don't like this to do maybe an internship or something, and to see if I enjoy that, and then after that, it's just well, now I'm
Chalked.
applying for jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm applying for jobs I possibly don't know for an industry I enjoy. Because it was like, if I don't like this, I'm going into power industry. And that could be good or bad, because that's very, I mean, it's nothing I've done before. And it once again, I don't have a full idea of what I would be doing as an electrical engineer in the power industry. Am I doing design? Am I doing like field work? I wouldn't mind field work, but, or am I going to be like sitting in an office doing calculations? Am I working at a power plant doing shit? And it's like all those kind of things where it's like, it's more unknown. And I think that's that scariness as a graduate where you've gone through your degree, you finished it quickly, but now you have no idea where the fuck to go, what to do. Cause honestly, there's not too much guidance in that where it's like, you know, you have this degree.
Why did you have to do me like that? There was no...
But like, there's like no real guidance once you get your degree. Like, yeah, there's career centers and stuff. And if you rush your degree, oh god, this is really just shouting out a dash. If you rush your degree and you're done,
I didn't have a choice.
But it's like which field do you go to, and in that field, how, like, what is it actually like compared to, you know, different versions of that field, but still technically require that degree. And it's interesting to see, as like, you know, coming from a technician where I was like, oh, I can get my, you know, bachelor's degree in the mechanical electrical. I can be a manager, and I'm still technically a tech, but I'm a manager of techs. But now I'm like, you know, I'm actually becoming an engineer, where, you know, I'm going to probably work towards my professional engineering license and shit like that. But yeah, it's interesting.
Right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
These are some nice steps.
Yeah, well, I would have congratulated you, but fuck you.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, I've on my side of things, I've just been working on Excel spreadsheets all week. So
at this point, Greg, I'm genuinely worried you're a better programmer than me. I saw that formula. I said, I don't know what that does, but there's no way I'm figuring it out.
That was a nightmare. That took me 3 hours to figure out just that one formula, because I was just like, holy shit, this goes so deep.
Once I hit like an hour in, I would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to find a way to use like a different programming language and then upload the formulas to Excel. Or like to create it in Excel, so that way I don't have to deal with Excel's programming language.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's what my dad said. He was like, just use an actual program. Like, don't use the, because like I said in the Snapchat, it was just like it's so hard to do coding without the benefit of what's it called, like containers, like having like everything be separated by spacing. And it's just like, because in Sheets it's just parentheses. So like I literally, in that one code there were like 5 parentheses, and I was like, where am I supposed to put these parentheses?
It's like what you're doing is the equivalent of like planning the architectural structure of like the Freedom Tower using Minecraft. Like, just because it's possible doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
I know. I'm too far into it at this point. But anyway, so but it's like, if anything, all I realized is that I'm 100% accurate with my assessment, that I definitely don't have ADHD, because that day I finished teaching at 8 o'clock, and then I kept working on that spreadsheet until 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I looked outside and I was like, wait a second, it is a full daytime right now.
Damn.
Well, you have a, what's it called, asphyxiation?
Yeah,
is that what that'd be called?
It's like it's not like I just like didn't like, I did take like a few breaks and stuff to like watch a YouTube video, but it was still just like, there's no way someone with ADHD can sit down and work for 12 hours straight without like getting like
Also, I don't know if you're looking for a different word, Harry, but it's hyperfixation.
Hyperfixation.
Asphyxiation is choking.
Yeah, no, I was like, that's not the right thing.
It is not. Okay.
All right. Well, that's nice. This was a little bit longer, but we got like a nice look into everyone's lives, except for mine. Yep. But it's okay.
We made a short podcast into much longer.
All right. Let's get to the thing. Okay, so the way that we're gonna do this, I've already explained it to you guys, but just so people understand, we have 15 statements here. None of us know who wrote what, except for obviously our own statements, and we're just gonna take turns reading them one by one. I'm thinking we'll do it in the order of like who's in the Discord, so Aadharsh, me, and then Harry, and then we'll just rotate. And then we'll just go one by one. And I'm not going to like keep track of score because that's gay. Like this isn't a competition. It's just going to be like line by line. We decide who thinks what, and then we'll figure out whether we're right or wrong at the end. Plus, like even if it was a competition, it wouldn't even work because like as we get further on, some people's would be eliminated. So it'd be easier to figure it out. And because of the randomness, some people are inherently going to have disadvantages. So we're just
This is actually kind of tough, like reading some of these. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I actually don't know which ones.
I've skimmed it a little bit. I think these are pretty funny.
Yeah, no, some of these are really good.
A couple of these, I'm just like, who said these? If these are not lies,
because we've seen
this is outrageous.
We're all looking at these, so we've just been kind of giggling and looking at, but we're gonna share them now. So Aadharsh, you can start.
Someone once called out my boner during school.
Yeah, no, I read this and I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, I mean, this has to be Harry, right?
I'm gonna say.
Okay, but like somebody had to have been packing.
Well, we're all packing about the same package. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. See, we can't even use that.
That's true.
I'm gonna say Greg and false or lie.
Oh yeah, because we also have to guess if it's a truth or a lie.
Yeah, you also have to guess if it's
so
truth or a
much
lie.
more effort.
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's Harry. But I don't. I also think it's a lie. I don't think that's the truth.
Yeah, I'm agreeing this is a lie, but which of you said it?
Watch it be a dash now.
Yeah.
We vote for each other.
It's a dash and truth.
I'm gonna go Greg.
Yeah, that's correct. You guys got
Greg
it.
and lie. Yeah.
I was leaning to Harry, and then you
Yeah.
said watch it be a dash, and then I was like, yeah, it's correct.
Damn,
Big Brain, he finessed you, Greg.
I don't get gaslighted.
He debated you.
I played myself.
Wait, so did I get both?
That never happened.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Nice.
Both of you got both. Yeah. Okay, I'll read the next one. I'm really good at the competitions where you guess the amount of things in a jar. Wait, what the fuck? That is so specific. What
the heck?
You know what? I've actually done one of these things before, and I was also really accurate.
Oh.
This could be me, but it's not.
I'm gonna say a dash.
But this could absolutely be.
I'm gonna say Harry.
I'm saying a dash in truth.
This is definitely a dash, and I think it's a truth. Yeah.
Okay, it is me, but it's a lie.
Okay.
Ah, shit. Are you bad at them, or
I don't think I'm particularly good at them. I don't think I'm bad at them. I just think I'm average.
Oh, okay.
But
honestly, that's a bullshit.
That's such a
lie.
random factoid.
what?
Well, at least we got a dash pinned on it. But I actually am good at this. I mean, then again, I haven't had many. I don't have a big sample size for this, so I can't actually.
So I guess I should say I am bad at this because I have never won one of these, and I've done like 3 or 4 in my life, and I'm usually close to last, never at first. So.
Wow.
I've only done one, and I'm pretty sure I like won the prize for being the closest. So.
Yeah.
Well, I've done a couple. I've won a couple.
This is such a weird thing that apparently a lot of people have done. I guess it's just the thing that
I actually did one at work
sometimes.
recently. I think explain this.
At work?
We had recently real quick. There's a holiday. It was like National Popcorn Day, and at work we had a thing where it was like guess how many popcorn kernels in this jar, and the closest person without going over gets a $25 gift card. And so I got the closest without going over, and I got a $25 gift card.
Yeah, so this is actually what inspired my lie. That was actually exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, that story?
Yeah, okay.
Because he said it to me recently. So.
Yeah, because it was like last week when it happened, last Friday or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Earliest memory I have is me going home because I shit my pants. Well, this is ironic, isn't it?
I mean,
this is outrageous.
Oh,
these are maybe a little more obvious than we thought they'd be.
Sure.
All right.
At least in terms of who.
I'm saying Greg and false.
Oh, shut up! This is you. This is obviously Harry. I also think truth. Harry truth for sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's me.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I was like, it's not me.
And it's
Is
true.
it true?
Oh,
it's true.
He got me with the
As soon as I honestly,
That's
as soon as I heard a dash talk, I was like, damn, it's actually a dash, not Greg.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was.
No,
for sure.
Yeah, I actually I thought of this and I was like, so I'm pretty sure this is my earliest memory. I can't decide because I have a couple other memories, but I'm like, I think this is when I was at my youngest because this would have been preschool.
Fair enough.
I mean, There's really not much else to it. I remember this happening.
Yeah. No, I got debated.
Yeah, for real.
I can see the debate now that I've been debated, but I was very convinced a few seconds ago.
No.
I just didn't talk because I knew you just convinced yourself.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't start wearing underwear until after the first day of gym class.
I hope this is all right.
I don't care who it is. I just hope it's a lie.
Greg lie. Greg and lie.
I'm gonna go Greg, and for the sake of just please let it be a lie.
I guess I don't have to guess because that's me. And no, it's not.
Is it because you wore swim trunks?
Yeah. Oh, I wore a lot of swim trunks back then, but it's like I didn't even know, like I didn't really understand the concept of underwear. And then like gym class happened, and then like everyone's changing, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? So I legitimately had to like run to the bathroom to hide to change because I was like, I'm not wearing anything under my pants right now.
Homie was going commando most of his life. God,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Not most of my life, just a small portion of my life. But I just had, and this was like kind of pre-puberty, so I didn't really, it was not an issue before this, but I didn't even understand the concept. And then after that experience, I was like, Dad, I need underwear, bro.
It's crazy your parents just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying it's like I didn't even know that was like a thing.
So I know.
And then when I started wearing underwear, it was just tighty whities because that's what my dad wears.
Oh, wow.
So it's like that was all I wore for a very long time. And then I mean, I remember people would be like, "Oh, do you wear boxers or briefs?" And I was like, "Briefs." And they're like, "Ha!" And I was like, "Okay." But eventually, I tried boxers, and I was like,
"Yeah, that was a thing."
I don't know. At my school, it was but
I wore briefs as a
eventually,
kid.
I tried boxers, and I was like, "Oh, these are really comfy."
Boxers is 100% the way.
Yeah.
So we met Greg post underwear.
Thank God.
Yes, you did. Well, Harry did.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
Harry?
Oh no, I thought you said pre-underwear.
Post. No, I'm pretty sure I met you.
Yeah.
Actually,
you did meet me post underwear, I think, because we were already in middle school by then, right? So
I met you like late 6th grade, essentially.
But you've still seen my jumbly bits, so it doesn't.
Okay,
really
I don't think I have, honestly. I don't recall.
I do not recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
Shut the fuck up, Greg. Just go.
It's my turn, right? I once got sent to the principal for shooting a kid with a spitball.
Alright, so I'm going to say this is Greg.
I'm going to say this is...
I'm going to say Harry.
I was going to say Harry and too. I think it's a lie.
Okay.
I don't think he would have gotten sent to the principal.
I'm going to stick with truth.
Harry?
Alright, who was it?
It was a dash.
No, it wasn't, because everyone asked.
Oh, it's
Everyone
Greg,
said
then.
it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Harry would obviously know this is me because I've told stories about my mechanical pencil spitball thing.
Fuck!
Fuck! I think I may have mentioned it to you.
I forgot about it.
Did you say truth, Harry?
Yeah.
It's a lie. I never got sent to the principal. I never got caught. Like my science teacher was like, "Who the fuck is shooting spitballs?" And I was like, "Fuck you, it ain't me." And she was like, "Okay." That's not actually how that went, by the way. That's a.
Greg is a teacher's
should have
pet.
known, but.
Oh yeah, and that's why I was a teacher's pet, so I could get away with shit. Man, that's the way. People are like, "Oh, teacher's pet." And it's like, you don't understand.
I was the same.
Being a teacher's
but
pet,
you were just a little extra.
Yeah, being a teacher's pet makes you the most like undercover agent. You can be the worst in the class, but you won't get punished. It's the best.
When I was
especially
younger,
when they're really pretty teachers with nice tits.
Okay, stop.
I mean, what?
Okay,
stop.
That's enough for me. That's enough for me.
All right. I was gonna want to do another story, but let's just move on.
I almost failed multiple classes in a year when I was younger.
I think that's Harry.
Nah.
And I think that's... I don't know if that's true or false. It sounds like it would be
true.
A lie. But this is hard, actually. I almost failed multiple classes. Because it's like, it wouldn't be academics, but maybe he would have failed, like, art. I don't know. No, he wouldn't have failed art. You can't really fail the
art.
No, you can't really fail the
art,
extracurricular things. They're too easy. But I don't know what
I was
artistic could have
artistic as
possibly
fuck.
failed.
I was artistic as fuck.
Still
I really don't know whether it's a lie or the truth, but I'm fairly confident it's Harry. Then again, last time I said that, I was full on wrong, but I'm gonna stick with it this time, and I'm gonna say lie.
Harry was correct.
Yep.
Oh, it is
And
you.
it was the truth.
Okay. Every time.
So the reason for it is it was 5th grade, and I was gonna leave. I knew I was gonna leave to America halfway through the year, so I just stopped trying. Did not care.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
I mean, in my defense, I was like pretty unmotivated because I was like, none of it matters, and I didn't want to leave, so I was like really sad. So I couldn't be I couldn't bring myself to focus. Also, because like my mom was really busy during that time because she was getting everything ready and stuff, and like she had a lot of preparation to do. So like she wasn't really around to make me, and like everybody else was busy with similar stuff. So like nobody, it was like the perfect storm of like A's were expected of me. So I and I live for outside validation, and I wasn't getting any of that.
Oh yeah, we all do.
Greg, you do good work. I mean, Dash, you do good work.
Okay, wow.
I was like, wait, what? Wow, I was like, yeah. And Dash was like, I live for validation. And Harry's like, Greg, you're great. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah, that wasn't on purpose. I definitely botched that by accident.
I'm going to pretend that was intentional.
It would be so much funnier if it was unintentional.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, and then like also like everyone was busy, so no one could make me do it just for the sake of it. And also there were no consequences. So I was just like, yeah, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, like logically, a dash makes more sense. And I even thought this at first. I was like, oh well, like you're moving back and forth. It would actually make sense if this was just like something that happened.
Yeah.
But it's like, like what I'm finding is that all of these sounds like Harry, and it's because I think both me and a dash were trying to make like Harry's.
No. I swear. So the only one I thought you would think was Harry's was the shit.
Shit, right? It's gotta be.
The shit.
That one I was like, there's no way you weren't trying to bait like Harry as a guess for that one, because that one is such a Harry
but the rest was just I just wanted to think of truths and lies, and I just
are you going to deny that that's a
no it's not but wow.
All right,
I hate that that's become a thing, but
is it my turn now?
I've done it to myself.
All right.
Yes.
I thought I was going to be fried before. I don't know what that means.
I don't understand the concept of. Okay, so it has to be Harry then.
Because two lowercase
okay, so it's supposed to say fired. It's supposed to say fired.
Oh, fired! I was like, were you like cooking and you like accidentally dumped your hand into the batter? What the fuck?
I didn't realize I misspelled that.
I don't know.
Fired?
Truth?
In that case, yeah, I'd say truth too.
Okay, yeah, you're both right.
Okay.
Hey.
There we go. I guess the backstory for that was there was one incident when I worked at Amazon or the warehouse. So being in warehouse tech, we have to do pre-task plans, which we have to like highlight, what we're working on the equipment, and also what hazards are, present while working on that equipment. Because we have to, because once we do the pre-task and we like put our name on that, it's kind of like a not really contract, but like a form of like statement saying, hey, we understand these are the hazards and we're going to make sure these hazards are no longer present, like by locking it out or turning off power or whatever we need to do when we work on this. And so if there's an incident and we did our job, we're not liable for that. But if we don't do a pre-task plan, we become liable and our job is in jeopardy. Okay. So one of the times the main sorter went down, and so when that goes down, everything in the building shuts off, and they don't, Amazon doesn't like that, so they want us to fix it, ASAP, because the product isn't being moved.
Yeah, obviously.
So we went in and touched shit and moved shit. So all that it was a sensor was misaligned.
Oh, okay.
So really, all we're doing is moving a sensor back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But because we were over there touching shit, we didn't actually do a pre-test plan first because it was a sensor, and we we're trying to get it up ASAP. Because of that, we kind of got me and my shift lead and one of the other techs. It was only 3 of us on the shift anyways. So, if they fired all of us, they wouldn't have anyone there to work on anything. Because the managers kind of can't work on anything.
Yeah.
Some of them do come from like, you know, a tech past, but also it's like some of them come from other industries straight into the manager position, so they don't know how to work on any of the equipment, but they have like, you know, knowledge of other shit.
There to manage,
but yeah, that's the thing. Like that's another issue of people getting annoyed with that. It's like they technically don't know how to work some of the stuff, but they have the experience of other shit. But yeah, we got, you know, kind of yelled at about that, and I got a little nervous because I was like, "Fuck, we really fucked up." If but no, honestly, if safety reviewed the footage and looked over it and made an incident about it, we could have lost our jobs.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah, no, and I've seen a lot of people get walked out before, so
I was
a little bit nervous.
I thought what was going to happen is, I thought this was during the time when like the 3 people at like the top of your department were just getting walked out one by one. You're like, fuck, I'm on the chopping block too.
No. I wasn't worried for shit about that because I was in good standing with a lot of the managers during that. Yeah, I mean, even after this, I was still good standing. But it was like, I technically, as the tech, I was a tech 2, so my position really was like in between. I wasn't base level, but I wasn't shift lead, and I did my work. I'm not liable for anything really. It's mainly the shift leads and tech 3s to make sure the tech 2s are doing their job, and if the tech 3s don't say shit about me, I'm safe. And the managers liked me because I did good work. So yeah, no. But that was probably the kind of scared as I've been at losing my job. But like after that, oh bro, I honestly I was like, oh yeah, no. I mean, honestly, after that, and then, you know, following work weeks and stuff, like I knew my position was pretty solid because my manager was trying to get me to essentially replace my shift lead. In the coming future, he was like, once I am able to take the Tech 3 test, he was going to start putting more responsibility on me because I'll become essentially a new shift lead. And one of the other managers was trying to get me to go to his shift because he wanted me on his shift. But yeah, no. That was
Harry started taking off his shirt and running around going, "Try to fire me, bitch!" I want you to fire me.
No,
I want you to fire me.
Do it. I want you to do it. Come on.
Do it.
Fire me, come on.
No. I think I'll always keep that in the back pocket because if everything falls, I can always go back there and they pay good enough where I can make a living.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we still have to evaluate it as you thought you were going to be fried, and I think that's a lie. Yeah. So.
Well, then you're wrong. All right, is it my turn?
It's great.
Oh wait, who just?
It's my turn.
Okay, I was like, who said last? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
7, 8. I think it's 8. So yeah, it's you.
Okay.
I have gotten a citation for, in quotations, running a red light.
Why is it in quotations?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
if you said that you're not doing any more baiting, this is obviously Harry. And if that's the case, I think this is a bait on Harry's part. I think this is a lie.
I must say Greg and True.
Is it metagaming to say Harry because of the underscore? Not capitalized I.
A little bit, but I do feel like this is a little obvious, though. Because I haven't had any accidents ever, except for like accidentally bumping the side of our garage once. But besides that,
I remember that.
Yeah, you guys were there for that. And lie.
I think it's a lie because it's
all right.
I'm trying to metagame.
All right, well, it is true.
Okay,
fuck. It wasn't a bait. It was
the reason why I put quotations for running was in Fayetteville. They had this one traffic. I don't even know where it is anymore, but they had like this one intersection where they had a camera watching the cars.
Wait, god damn it!
So apparently
I
quote unquote ran a red.
I should have known, and I forgot.
Yeah.
God, fuck.
Apparently, I ran a red, and they sent like a bill by mail, and there was like, this car with this license plate, you're fined X amount of dollars pay, and it was like $100, so I paid it. I wasn't going to dispute it because they had a picture of me across the line when the light was red. Or I don't know if the light was actually in there, but I was looking at it, I was like, pretty sure I remember this moment pretty clearly, and it was one of those times where I was past the line when it was yellow and then it turned red. So not really running a red, but you know what?
I see. Yeah,
it's one of those camera get-ups, so they're trying to get their money.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's yellow, and then
I didn't get points on my license, so I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'll just pay the $100 and be careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, get pranked. All right. I am insecure of my intelligence because I suck at puzzles. A dash and true.
I also think a dash, and
that was just like a direct. This is just me getting attacked by Harry. Bro didn't even like hesitate. Bro said, "Yeah, it's a dash."
Yeah. He was like, "Yep, that's a dash." Even if it wasn't a dash, that's still a dash.
Exactly, bro. Like, damn.
I don't know, just some unrelinquished anger. No, I don't think there's any anger.
Okay.
There shouldn't be.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah, different one.
Yeah.
Harry figures out his emotions.
I think it's a dash. I guess I'll say it's true. It could easily be a lie, though.
Yeah, I didn't try too hard on this one, I guess. So yeah, I mean, you're just exactly correct. I suck at puzzles. I do.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, not much more to it, I guess.
Yeah,
I have a couple stories for it.
Have you done a lot of puzzles, Harry? I'm actually curious because we've never done.
Other than escape rooms and.
Wait, did you mean like literal puzzles, like puzzle pieces, or like just puzzles in general?
Both kinda. So obviously, I've been playing a lot of the We Were Here series with Summer.
Right.
Yeah, and I've actually gotten a lot better at it as the thing has progressed because I've never done this many puzzles in a row before. I think like the first couple it was like mostly her, but like the last few, it's like there's a certain like subset of puzzles I'm actually pretty good at. A lot of like the 4D ones. 4D makes it sound really complex, but basically like any time-based ones where like you're moving things around and like you're thinking multiple steps ahead. I'm actually pretty good at them. But it's like the spatial ones, I guess. Like I can't do. Like what's a good example? Yeah. Jigsaw puzzles, can't do them. Fuck it. Like I suck. So
what's a jigsaw puzzle look like?
Yeah, I thought this was referencing like specifically just puzzles, like what you're talking about, like jigsaw puzzles.
So not just that. Like the reason this started is because I took an IQ test once. First of all, I never got the answer for the IQ test. Because it was like you could do the test and then they're like, all right, send us your email, pay us some money, and we'll send you the results. And I'm like, fuck it, fuck off.
Wow.
But
pay you some money.
Yeah, but like, it's so common. Like almost every IQ test, if you take them online,
IQ
they're
test,
all the same.
yeah. I've tested them online. Yeah, they're all just like, send some money.
So anyway, but like I remember during that test, I was like, fuck, I'm just straight guessing on some of these questions. You know, like the IQ type puzzles.
Yeah,
bro, I can't do them. I straight up can't do them.
I'd say I'm okay at puzzles. I'm not like I know a lot of people who are like god puzzle people, like they just figure shit out. I'm not one of those people, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily bad at them. I'm kind of okay. Like I was doing the Victoria's boyfriend Kwangwei got me a puzzle, like a One Piece puzzle, and it's like pretty huge. So that was my first time doing a puzzle in a pretty long time, but it was a pretty enjoyable process, like just listening to a podcast and putting the pieces together. And I wouldn't say I'm like super bad at it. Like usually at most it takes me like 3 minutes to find like one piece, which sounds like a long time, but like with big puzzles, it can be kind of difficult to find like a point where stuff actually works. But usually I'm able to find them back to back, like within like 15-20 seconds pretty quickly. So I'd say I'm like okay at them.
Yeah. I would say I think I'm pretty good at puzzles. Most things that are doing with patterns and like just recognizing certain like fits together. So I think I'm pretty good at analyzing and figuring out how everything works.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's next? I already forgot again.
It's me.
I think a dash is.
During middle school, I have the key to the school elevator. So I had the key to the school elevator.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, how many Harry truths have we had? We had the fired one.
Time the metagame.
We had the fired one.
Are we allowed to say?
The traffic light was also,
And the traffic light was also a truth. I'm going to say this is his last truth.
I want to say Greg
this is Harry, and this is... this is...
I'm going to...
I'd say this is a truth too.
Okay, wow. You got it.
Does this have to do with Isaac at all?
No,
Okay.
no, actually. Because I broke my leg in middle school,
Yeah,
I can't
that
go
was it.
upstairs with a broken leg. So our middle school was 3 floors, so they gave me a key to the elevator, so I can,
okay.
go up and down with ease.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
breaking
pretty
your
cool.
leg does have some perks.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because
All right, Harry, I'm
because I
coming
broke
over
my
right now
okay,
with
fuck
the
off.
hammer.
No. Because I had a broken leg, they had me had like a helper. So one of my classmates would come with me, and they enjoyed it because they didn't have to go up and down stairs, so they could just take the elevator.
Get the perks without the broken leg.
They're always whoever helped me that day was always.
Did you ever
hyped.
misuse your school elevator key?
No,
or were you a good boy?
I was a good boy.
Okay.
I mean, there wasn't much to misuse it with. I had a broken leg. I just need to go places.
Yeah. All right. I accidentally hit a pigeon in the head and killed it because I was testing out my makeshift slingshot.
Damn.
I'm gonna say Greg lie.
I'm gonna say Greg lie as well.
I'm gonna say Harry.
Well, if you say Harry, it's
We've already gone through all my.
Yeah.
You've already gone through all my truths based off.
Well, I was gonna say lie, but I'm trying to decide whether I actually think this is Harry or Dash, because I feel like we haven't had that many Dash ones, but then again we did, because I kept thinking they were Harry's, but they were actually Dashes. I'd say Harry lie.
Okay, so you were both wrong. If it's me, lie.
Fuck! Damn it!
Yeah.
I should've gone with a Dash. Damn it! Fuck!
Now I think about it, I was like, I don't think Greg would ever make a makeshift slingshot.
Oh, yeah, no,
without me knowing.
Yeah,
But
that's all there is to it. It's a lie. So
It's a lie.
I also would never have tried to hit a pigeon in the head.
Yeah, well, I accidentally hit a. Yeah.
Oh, I guess, accidentally.
I was
Yeah.
actually aiming for a child, but the pigeon got in the way.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's
You should've
shame.
hit the
Shame.
child.
No, it's okay. I had a second one right.
Alright.
Oh, that's good. But you still injured an innocent pigeon, though, so not so good. But it's okay.
It's a government
as long as you
drone.
got the child in the end.
Fuck them kids.
The ends justify the means.
Yeah,
Fuck
you know the Hitman
Yeah.
end screen where you get a slight penalty for killing innocent.
Oh yeah, killing innocents. Yeah, one innocent killed, but it was the pigeon. It wasn't the kid. The kid was the target.
All
Like
right.
if you're a kid and you're trying to hit another kid, that makes it okay. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying. Okay.
While trying to learn how to skateboard, I almost got hit by a car after falling.
I'm gonna say Harry lie. Final answer.
I'm gonna say Greg and truth.
I'll go Harry lie. Final
Wow.
answer as well.
Wow, this is too easy, I guess. I think it's I've been ousted by my non-capitalization of eyes.
I didn't even go off that. I just I'm starting to metagame the system now because I'm noticing like the person who does the statement usually isn't the first person to talk unless they giggle. Like if they laugh, then they're trying to blend in, but if they don't say anything first, they're usually not. Yeah. Because that has happened quite a few times. I mean, I may just be.
I haven't been paying attention. I
haven't actually been
Yeah,
paying
I
attention.
do- I do not
that's
care
what's
enough.
been happening. Yeah. I guess that's just a lie. Have you tried to learn a skateboard though?
We
Yes.
had at some point in my childhood we did have a skateboard. I don't know what happened to it. I tried it. I didn't get very far down the hill.
Well, you went down a hill while trying to learn to skateboard?
I mean, my driveway is a hill. Technically the road to my house is a hill.
Yeah.
So it would just
I
be
guess,
like, just let it roll and stand on it. But
So I tried to learn
I never really-
the 4-wheel skateboard. I sucked at it.
Mm.
But I did learn the ripstick very quickly. It's actually so much
The
easier.
hell is a ripstick?
oh, that's the thing with the 2 wheels.
Just look it up.
and it, like, swivels back and forth.
RIP SDIK.
Okay,
You know what it is.
Yeah,
If you when you look
Those
at
those are actually pretty cool. Those are the ones when you're a kid, like, damn, I wish I was a cool kid who had one of those and was whipping
it.
around.
Yeah,
like a
so I
motherfucker.
never learned.
They're like the
back in the
post-wheelies
day.
cool kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's like Heelys back then.
Oh, Heelys.
All the cool
Heelys.
kids had the Heelys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Post-
a ripstick. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
before,
Yeah, post Heely cool kids, basically, because Heelys got
Post-Heely
banned.
cool kids. Did you guys ever do Heelys?
No,
No,
I wasn't in the country
got a
when they were
chance.
famous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they got banned from schools.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I never was part of the heel, but it was like a huge thing back
Yeah,
then. Like,
I mean,
so
it
many
looked
people
pretty
had them.
cool. It was a great idea until the schools were like, nah.
No,
Yeah.
bro, I kept
I
telling,
mean,
I
it was
keep
people
telling my
fell
coworkers, I'm like, if I had
accidents,
Heelys
so.
in my boots, it's wraps. This This entire thing is
You
so
could probably
easy.
like, I think there's like Healy kits you can get. So like,
I'll get you that
get the
shoe we
wheels.
saw on Kickstarter that has motorized wheels where you can just drive
Oh my
on your
God.
Oh. But they have to be steel
know
trim,
how-
though. That's the
feet.
only
It
issue.
looks so stupid because it's just like, because obviously you can't do that without it being beefy as fuck, and it is beefy as fuck. So it looks like
I think
really
you wear shoes and they strap
dumb.
onto them, Dash. So
that is what they are, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
so like
They're like an
big that it's
attachment.
just, like,
Okay.
yeah, no,
Okay.
it's stupid.
It looks really dumb.
Yeah,
Though I guess like they could be useful in a job like that. But,
there's
man.
probably people out there who are going to buy those.
Oh,
Or
I mean,
who
that
have
thing
bought
got
them.
funded
Yeah.
like hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. People definitely bought that shit.
I mean, it would be pretty useful for my job. I can't lie.
Yeah. No, I can see it being useful in very specific situations, but people are definitely also just getting that like as like laymen, and they're totally gonna buy it and be like, "This is fucking stupid. This looks so bad."
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Who's next? What's the next one?
Dash.
Okay. As a kid, I would occasionally find a small stick or stem and chew on
This is totally me, but with metal.
it. Wait, what?
Like okay, it's a lot.
The staples.
So
The
it was
staples.
first it was the staples. I used to chew staples and then I would chain them together in my mouth.
He's told us about this.
I
think he knows about
I
this.
don't.
The
I don't
concerts.
recall this.
Oh, I've been there for it.
Oh yeah, no, Harry saw the chains of staples.
Yeah,
but
I'm just
even
like, what the
after this
fuck?
period of my life, because that was like elementary school, but like during middle school, I don't know why. I guess like this is a middle school thing, but I felt like I just needed something to like stand out. So my thing was just there was like some mechanical pencils have like a little metal, you know, like the clip. So one
Yeah.
of them had like a metal clip and then it like came off and I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep this in my mouth all the time now. So I just always had a little metal pencil clip
Instead
in
of
my
a
mouth
toothpick,
for, like, a
Greg
year.
ran
Yeah.
the metal clip.
I metal was always in my mouth, bro. Like they called me Metal Mouth.
Had an
call
iron
me
in his
Metal Mouth.
veins.
First it was rocks when I was like really, really young. Like I would chew on rocks and shit on the driveway. And then it
What
became
the
Staples.
fuck?
That's a true story. That's not even a lie. That's just true. And then it was Staples, and then it was that metal piece. So
Oh.
yeah.
Okay,
But this one isn't me though.
so before we do this, the game is over. It goes Harry lie, Greg truths for the next two.
Oh, because
It's
you already
metagame.
figured it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say Greg's is the next one because all of Greg's are period.
Yeah,
and I know mine's.
capitalized.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
should
not
I
even
should
that.
specify
I didn't
that.
even realize the period.
Yeah, I know. You just made
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but I should have known.
Greg
that,
was counting.
like,
Dash was
that-
counting
Dash-
statements.
Yeah, and I should have known that Harry was going to not capitalize.
Yeah,
and
we
not
should have
use periods.
standardized this.
Yeah.
I definitely should
we
have
should've.
specified that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think the main thing is just getting stories out of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Who's
Okay,
this
but
one,
no,
though?
we need to read the next one out loud because it's the funniest fucking thing, and I need an explanation. What the fuck?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that part of my
Yeah,
history.
read-
and then I was
read
like,
that out loud,
yeah,
Greg.
I do remember that. Well, wait. So who's this one?
Harry lie.
Did you already
It's
metagame
me.
it? Oh, this one's Harry Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Because I was like,
Okay,
I was
so
hoping to debate you guys. but-
I'll just name the next one since we already know them, so I'll just say both of them. But the next one is I used to slightly dislike Japanese people, and it's like there's an emphasis on the slightly. It wasn't like I hated Japanese people.
But
It
the
was like
slightly
racist.
makes
I mean,
it
I guess
10
it is
times
racist by
funnier.
nature, but basically what it was is there was just this one Japanese kid, and people who know know. So it's just like, and we had like, and I definitely did not actually hate him. It was more of like a joke because it was like the whole like Chinese versus Japanese thing.
Okay.
So it was always just like, oh yeah, no, fuck Japanese people. I mean, obviously I didn't.
So like me and
but
the
it was always
French.
just like Chinese people are better.
From the
And they're like
French.
Japanese people are better. And this was like just like a dumb kid thing that existed, but. Yeah, that I just because of that one Japanese kid that in our interactions together of always like pretending like we disliked each other, but I don't think, at least on my side, I never actually disliked him. It was just a joke. Like we were just like, oh, I'm Chinese, he's Japanese, we hate each other because of that. It was just like dumb. But that was a whole portion of my history that I totally forgot about until I was thinking about things for this, and I was like, that's pretty funny. But I mean, like, obviously I didn't actually dislike Japanese people, but that like fully got stomped out when I started watching anime, because it's like once I started watching it, I was like, bro, Japanese people?
I can't.
They got the schmoobs,
bro. Greg was like, maybe they're not so bad after all.
That's
they know what's up.
It's just
and then the last
I used
one
to
is
slight dislike Japanese people. It's like anytime you met some of those
Slightly.
Japanese, you were just mildly inconvenienced.
I mean that that's the thing though. It's like I don't think I actually met anyone that was Japanese except for that one kid up until I started watching anime. And even after that, I don't actually know anyone Japanese. And Harry, don't fucking start.
I met so many.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't actually know if I personally know any Japanese people. I've met like 2 Japanese people through my sister who are her friends, but I've never actually, I don't think I've actually ever become friends with Japanese. Maybe I still hate Japanese, just kidding. I just haven't actually like met any Japanese people.
In middle school in 6th grade. In middle school in 6th grade, there's this one Japanese chick. We were friends, but we had this weird relationship where she was, how to say, she enjoyed my suffering in a way. So when I broke my leg, she was pretty happy in a way. I don't know. So
wait.
not pretty happy, but she would.
Friends.
So I don't know if this chick was just trying to like what's the whole like the whole like tsundere type shit. But like she, we were like occasionally like we were friends and we talked, but like we had this weird thing where throughout the day, like for a while, maybe like a couple months, we would like pretend to kill each other, like stab each other in the back, or like throw grenades, or like shoot each other. I don't know how it started, but it did start, and that was a thing for a while. And then when I broke my leg, so I remember when I broke my leg, I bawled out, and she was in my gym class, and so I remember when I was looking at people, I knew she looked worried. But later on, when she was, what's it called? She was like, she quote unquote laughed at the fact that I was in pain or some shit. And I was like, well, thinking back, she didn't actually, didn't actually look gleeful in the moment. But that was an experience in middle school. But
why are Harry's experiences with women
I like how he just drops this casual story of him and this random Japanese girl who tried to kill each other for like 6 months. Like not actually kill each other, but just like play kill each other like you do. I don't know.
Short Asian women
if you're Harry.
are something else. I just find the crazy short Asian women that aren't really good for me, I guess.
Has a detector for it, or like just a
Harry just like magnetizes people who enjoy to see him suffering.
That's why I have YouTube.
Exactly.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Oh, the short Asian woman.
Yeah. All right, and then my last one is this one's. It's too bad it ended up as the last one because this one's not that interesting. But I once punched a hole through a wall in my house. I think I told you guys this story actually, or I may not have told you guys the story, but I'm pretty sure I've pointed it out before. Like as we've passed the. So I was more banking on you guys just forgetting. But yeah, it was just once I was mad and then I hit the wall and then punched a hole through it. So
Greg was like, "Oh shit, I'm swole."
Yeah, bro's like, "Oh,
I mean, our walls are.
I went Super Saiyan."
our walls are pretty weak. So
yeah,
that was not the only time that I've damaged walls in our house before because it's just really easy to do.
Best believe if I was mad and I punched the wall and it broke a hole through it, instantly in my head the Super Saiyan theme is playing. I don't care.
Just okay,
Kyle.
Not upset anymore. Just like feeling powered up.
It's like maybe I am swole.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right. Well,
this has been our shortest podcast.
Yeah. I figured it wouldn't actually take that long, but I think we got some interesting information out here.
Yeah, no. There's some pretty good.
I
funny
kept
moments.
thinking Aadharsh was Harry.
Yeah,
I think you just thought all of them were Harry. To be honest.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sometimes I saw my own and I was like, "Is that
Harry?" Greg's like, all this shit is outrageous enough for him to be doing something like this.
Harry is the most outrageous of us.
Yeah, no.
So.
How? In what way am I outrageous?
It's just you
eats
read out a
flowers,
statement.
caves into peer pressure extremely easily.
No,
does dares
really?
all the time.
Yes.
Okay, maybe.
you came in the easiest of the three of us.
Doing a dare is caving into peer pressure.
Okay, fine.
What was the song? Her, I don't. Oh, her,
I think it just went. Greg here's a statement right out loud and goes, "That's outrageous, Harry."
yeah.
He's like, I can see Harry doing this.
I think. Did you guys guess all of mine correctly?
I think
feel
so.
like you guys got me on almost all of them. Or
I think we got your 2 lies like off the bat.
Yeah.
And then the rest were just truths.
Oh well, yeah. You guys both thought the underwear.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. We screwed up the underwear one.
Yeah.
But after that, I think we got the rest.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you so much for dropping in and listening to us ramble. You can find us on youtube.com/@thederailedpodcast. That's youtube.com/@thederailedpodcast with a new episode every Tuesday. Hit the subscribe button if you want to catch our future episodes, and hit that like button to quantifiably raise our self-worth. This has been Derailed, and we will see you next time. It's going to keep fading out. Keep going.